mid-sized companies like B&A. And unfortunately, that burden has not been lessened, despite our customers' firm beliefs, by the lower print and distribution costs that result from most people getting their content digitally. Large companies, unsurprisingly, have been better situated to manage this transition. They have greater resources to invest, and they have larger customer bases and more markets to leverage those investments across. If you just look at the legal profession, the legal information industry, it's been in a near constant state of consolidation since at least the early 80s. The little legal publishers got eaten up by the bigger legal publishers, and the bigger legal publishers got eaten up by large information conglomerates. We did fine during this time period, but this trend toward consolidation just hasn't been friendly to a relatively small, independently owned company like B&A. We became the little guy playing with the giants, often competing with companies that were 20 or 30 times our size. And we've been in that position for many, many years. We've been successful by changing as the market demanded, by going from primarily being a print company to now deriving 80% of our revenue from our digital offerings. And we've always been relentlessly focused on our customers. We are constantly revising and updating our offerings to give them exactly what they need to do their jobs better. Being smaller in some ways lets you get closer to your customer base, and that is one of the nice things we have going for us. But in an industry dominated by scope and scale, it has frankly been tougher in the last few years for us to grow organically. We needed more resources, we needed more tools, and we needed a major platform in our core markets. So, despite our long history as an independent company, we made the decision in the last few years that if the right partner came along to help us create scale, we would be interested. We knew that any partner was going to have to be a perfect fit for us, both strategically and culturally, because we were not only a strategically unique company, we were a culturally unique company. We wanted any potential partner to be a large organization, preferably one with the same editorial and customer service values, with credibility and commitment to grow in the markets that we were in, a company with world-class technology that could enable our content to be delivered to more people and on more platforms, preferably our own platform, with data and content that would complement ours, with a commitment to editorial quality and objective analysis, and with a culture that would complement our very special culture that we've built at B&A. We wanted a lot, but we found the perfect partner in Bloomberg. Now, at first glance, and I know from talking to some of you, Bloomberg and B&A may look like very, very different companies. Bloomberg is based in New York with a global reach. We are in DC, and we are focused mostly on the US. They are known for their leading position in the financial information market. We're known for our work in the legal, tax, and regulatory market. Bloomberg has a giant building with open offices and fish tanks. We have got no fish, and frankly, the ugliest building in Crystal City. And we don't have a spiral escalator either. So superficially, one could conclude that we had very different cultures. But as both sides looked at this deal, it became apparent to both of us immediately that our values and our product offerings fit almost perfectly together. For starters, Bloomberg's technological capabilities are second to none, and that will enable us to create an array of exciting new applications for B&A content, and that is a very exciting prospect. The number of ideas we have talked about over the years that we just looked at each other and said, we just can't do that. We're hoping never to experience that again. Bloomberg is also committed to succeeding in B&A's core market, The launch of Bloomberg Law represented a potentially game-changing entry into the legal, tax, and regulatory market. Bloomberg Law is already on its way to being a must-have resource for a growing number of professionals who operate at that intersection between business and law. And in just a few years, Bloomberg Law has rolled out a comprehensive case law archive, B-Cite, one of the only 3 major U.S. legal citator systems, an intuitive legal research system, and an unprecedented, in our industry, transparent and flat-rate pricing system. You take B&A's respected analysis and expertise and combine it with Bloomberg's data and technology capabilities, and you've got something really special that's going to accelerate the development of Bloomberg Law, and B&A's capabilities and expertise will also enhance Bloomberg Government, Bloomberg New Energy Finance, and even the core of Bloomberg Professional Service. So finally, once you get beyond the superficial, this partnership is just a great fit. And it's not only in the products and the values, it's a great fit culturally. We at B&A care about our people, and they return the favor. They do the same at Bloomberg. There are plenty of lifers in both the Bloomberg and the B&A buildings. And our editorial values are identical. We aim to create the best content, and we're willing to invest the editorial resources to do just that. Both companies strive continually to be the very best at what they do. And as a privately owned company, Bloomberg is free to take the long-term view in building and nurturing its businesses, which is exactly what B&A, as an employee-owned company, was always able to do. A great validator for us, a great validator for Bloomberg B&A and the potential of this partnership is the simple fact that Bloomberg just doesn't do this kind of thing very often. In fact, when we were looking at potential partners, Bloomberg was the perfect partner, but our first thought right after that, well, Bloomberg doesn't do this. Most of Bloomberg's growth over the years has been organic, and the acquisition of B&A is the largest they have ever made by far.